Okay, the first thing I did with this problem was I graphed the following problem. X plus 5 raised to the negative first power equals x to the negative first power plus x into my graphing calculator. Notice that down here it shows you how I typed it into my graphing calculator. And so I just brought the x to the negative first and the x to the left side, and so I have x plus 5 to the negative first minus x to the negative first minus x. And when I put this into my graphing calculator, I got this graph. So to answer the first question, where you just have to select the graph that it matches by multiple choice, this particular graph was, I believe, B on the Mathxl homework. So then the next thing that I do is I'm going to solve this equation graphically by converting it to an equivalent equation with 0 on the right hand side and then finding the x-intercepts. So the first thing I did was I used my negative exponent rule, which means that these go to the denominator. So I have 1 over x plus 5 equals 1 over x plus x. So I'm finding a common denominator. So this one here on the left is missing the x. So I multiply top and bottom by x. The 1 over the x is missing the x plus 5. So I'm multiplying top and bottom by x plus 5. And the last one here, the x, is missing both of them in the denominator. So I'm multiplying by x times x plus 5. So multiplying through on the top, I end up with x equals x plus 5 plus x squared times x plus 5 on all of my numerators, and then my denominators here are x times x plus 5 on all three of them. The next thing that I do is, since my denominators are all the same, I can ignore my denominators and I'm working with just the top. So my top here, my numerator is x equals x plus 5 plus x squared times x plus 5. I first distributed the x squared through, and so I have x cubed plus 5x squared when I did that. Combining like terms here and setting it equal to 0, I have 0 equals x cubed plus 5x squared plus 5. And so this right here is what I'm going to graph in my graphing calculator. I'm going to graph x cubed plus 5x squared plus 5. So the next thing that I do is I open up my graphing calculator again, and this time I am typing in, notice that right here is what I'm typing in here, x cubed plus 5x squared plus 5. And when I'm finding the zeros of it, that's the same as the x-intercepts of my graph. And so what I did was I actually used my graphing calculator, and there's videos on the website that show you how to do this. I actually found the zeros on my graphing calculator, and it was about negative 5.19, and that is the solution to this graph.